Hello, and welcome to the Many Savage Worlds podcast, a podcast for the Savage Worlds role-playing game system, specifically for setting and world creation. Today, we're going to be bringing you episode 3.5, which will be an actual play, 1 hour long if you're familiar with the show, based on our sci-fi setting from the previous episode, episode 3. My name is Dan Cook. I'm joined tonight by Bobby and John. If you've seen the show before, you've seen him here. And of course, maybe you know Bobby from the GM's table. Other than that, a little bit about the Many Savage Worlds. You can find us on iTunes and YouTube to see and hear the show. If you want to be a part of the community, join us on Facebook. And we're on G Plus as well. You can email me, themanysavageworlds@gmail.com. If you like the show and you want to help us out, you can find us on Patreon. Throw us a buck. Help us out. That'd be really appreciated. Of course, we're always happy just to hear from you. Leave us a rating. Let us know if you think we're doing a great job or we need to work on some things. Let us know what. All those things can be found at the Many Savage Worlds podcasts, and there's links in the description below, so you don't have to try to memorize it. Other than that, like I said, today we're going to be doing the actual play for the sci-fi setting. I'll be GMing this session. Unfortunately, things changed last minute. Hopefully the adventure should be good to go. I had about 24 hours, which in Savage Worlds is actually plenty of time to put together an adventure, more or less. So before we get started, though, we'll let the players say a little bit about their characters. We'll start with John. John, if you want to tell us about your character, and then we'll go on over to Bobby.
Sure. I'm playing Samuel Phineas Hagar. He's going to be the pilot of the crew. He looks human, except that his ears are pointed like a Vulcan. His race has a reputation of being somewhat mystical or psionic in nature, but they're really not. They are just very advanced technologically, and they're sort of addicted to cybernetics to the point where they almost abuse it. So he's got weaknesses when it comes to electricity, and he tends to be anemic. He tires easily despite the cybernetics that are in him. So today, when we're starting out, he's going to kind of look like he's looking Caucasian. He's got some nice fashionable glasses because that's his style. He's got blue hair, wearing a nice reflective vest. But I'm going to make a note for you, Dan, that I'm not taking the full 8 because he wears it open because it looks cool open. and with that, I'll pass it to Bobby.
All right. So today I will be running Jin McCoy, who is, your homegrown human space trucker. He's not the nicest fellow around, but he's real good with a gun, which is what he tends to be hired for. He is part quartermaster, mostly gunner. Has a favorite, nice large laser rifle named Bessie, who's his best friend. I'm sorry, John, you are not his best friend, though we travel together. That would be Bessie. I figure he actually probably travels with you because you look the most like a human, because Jin's not a big fan of aliens, and he constantly lets them know this. He's your classic homegrown trucker. He's not in the best shape, but he's in decent shape. Broad shoulders, wears a leather jacket with a bit of a lambskin cuff to it. Says space truck and embroidered on the back. And you know what? For the sake of it, he has aviators.
That's great. So I kind of breezed over the setting. For anybody who may have missed episode 3 or having a hard time remembering, as was kind of alluded to, we're a crew on a spaceship, and we're space truckers. We work for a freight company. This is the Intergalactic... hold on, let me pull it up because I'm drawing a blank. Intergalactic... I named it. I probably should know this. Delivery Services Incorporated.
I forget shit I name all the time. It's fine, man.
It's essentially like FedEx for the stars. And we're a crew that's just sent out to go pick up and deliver freight, and some wacky adventures happen along the way. So originally I was going to be a PC in this game. As I said, we had a quick change because anyone who watches the show regularly knows we usually have Nathan with us, and him and his family have shared some germs, and they're all under the weather. So he was not able to make it, and we're hoping he's feeling better quickly. And by the time anyone sees this, he probably will be, I assume. But my character will still be an NPC on the ship and probably not interact very much.
Sorry, I had
sorry about that.
yelling outside.
Yeah, I had some background distraction. I had to make sure that I didn't. All right, as I was saying, my original character, his name was Zai. He's an alien that is like half scorpion, half man, sort of like a space bug version of a centaur with a large poisonous stinger. But he lives down in the ship's engine compartment. He has wall walking, so he can climb right up the side of these, giant reactors. And he's the engineer, but he also has this really awesome poisonous stinger. So he'll be featured as an NPC, but probably not very actively. And there's probably a few other people buzzing around the ship as NPCs, but I put together some really basic rules for ship, and the minimum for a small crew is 3. We have 3, so that's good enough for me. And actually, anybody listening, I really enjoyed this setting. I've started writing up some stuff. I'm hoping to get this put out under the fan license. I'll just stamp it with a fan license, put it out. It's going to be really low production value, but hopefully people can take a look at it, enjoy it. I might run some full sessions of it in the future. Check out our social media pages. Keep an eye out if anybody would like to play, in a session of this with me at some point. But onto the game.
All right.
So we are a crew for the Intergalactic Delivery Services. We are put on. We don't own our own ship, so we get hired, and they assign us a ship, and they pretty much tell you where to go and what to do. Not a great delivery job. Not a lot of freedoms. They run a really tight ship, but a lot of traveling. Once you're out in the open stars, you got the freedom of being by yourself, and maybe on some of the home planets, jobs are tight. So you guys have relocated here. You guys fly Ship 13. Once dubbed Unlucky, you guys have decided to rename it Lucky Lucy. Hasn't always been that lucky for you, but today could be the day. You guys are hanging out at the home terminal, and you get called down to the office for your next job. The ship was in for some repairs, routine maintenance, nothing drastic. And you get told that you need to fly out for a pickup and delivery. Now, one thing we kind of breezed over, we talked a little bit about it on the setting episode with space travel. So I've decided that faster than light travel exists, but it can only be done through these like jump stations. So you can jump from station to station, but then if you want to travel after that, you have to actually fly out. So some of these more remote planets won't have a jump station right there. You would jump to like the closest star system and then just kind of putt your way across the stars to get where you're going. So you're going to be jumping to the nearest star station. And of course, I can't find my notes now. There it is. I had it dog-eared in the notebooks. I could find it, and it still didn't work for me. All right. You guys are going to be going to a planet known as Pavo, and it's in a remote star system. You'll have to jump to the closest jump station, which is Alpha Peleus, and you're going to be flying out. It'll take about 7 days to make the actual trip. You'll land. You're going to be picking up some it's a metal alloy used in space travel, and you're just going to be picking this up and you're bringing it to a manufacturing plant in a different star system, which you'll jump to back at the original jump place, Alpha Peleus. You'll fly back there, make the jump, land at the manufacturing plant because they have their own, because they're constantly importing, exporting all these raw materials. And once you do that, you'll be paid out for your contract and sent on to the next one. It's a pretty standard job on the surface. And that's kind of what they leave you with. They fuel you up. They give you all the provisions you need more or less for the ship. If anybody has any questions, you can certainly ask. You know, you're probably called into like a dispatcher's office. They kind of just give you the rundown. I'm sure you guys sign some sort of legal contract and are handed all of the papers needed for transport, like a bill of lading. For people that don't know, I work in the trucking industry. I'll try not to bore everybody too much, but you're giving a bill of lading, which is essentially just it's an invoice with itemized in case you get stopped and searched by any sort of customs, whoever oversees it. So, assuming everyone's okay with just taking the contract and running with it, we'll head off into space.
Yeah.
I do have one question. This would be more we would know it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
As the gunner, does our ship have any onboard weaponry in case we deal with pirates or hijackers?
Yeah, I'll say that because there's so many star systems, then my thought was this probably, instead of intergalactic, it's actually just like per galaxy. They run like these things because intergalactic travel would, well, I can't wrap my head around something like that. So, but I imagine space pirates are a pretty big deal in certain areas.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna say that there's probably one heavy weapon on the ship.
All right. Do you want to give me a damage, or will we just deal with that if it comes along?
I will take a quick breeze through because I actually forgot all about that. But yeah, we will deal with that if it comes up, if it comes up.
Yeah. It's Savage Worlds. The odds of us starting a fight are so low.
It's true.
Bobby, refresh me on your character's name.
It is Jin McCoy.
Jin McCoy. He's not a doc, is he?
No, he is not a doc. It's Jin with a Y. Because future. He is basically right out of a bad 80s sci-fi movie in every sense of the word.
Nice.
Yeah, I imagined him more like I can't think of the character's name right now, but Big Trouble in Little China.
I was going to say, if he's played by anybody, it's Kurt Russell. So we're right on the same boat.
I think the jacket description is really what set that one in motion.
Yeah, space trucking, leather jacket, lambskin collar. That's just...
That is cool.
All right.
He thinks so.
I've got
I should note he is mean and arrogant, so you live with him.
My character was also going to be mean with Big Mouth and just like could not help saying mean things to people. But like the really obvious ones, like, man, that's a terrible haircut. Like,
I almost did the same thing, which would have been hilarious to be together on a crew because it's just like constant insults. But yeah, no. If we have a gun, that's my only job. I got my own gun and the ship's got a gun. Especially if I'm arrogant, whatever we come across, I'm going to kill it. It's fine.
Who checked the cargo? We'll have to sign that right away.
What's that?
Somebody's got to check the cargo, make sure we're actually shipping what we're saying we're shipping.
So you're picking up. You're going to fly out there and you're going to be picking up a ship full of a metal alloy.
Yep. And
then you have a second destination to bring it to.
Yep.
So Bobby said he was kind of like de facto quartermaster due to the small ranks on the ship. So I guess he would technically be in charge of checking it in when the time comes.
Oh, great. Yeah, we got knife ears. He's all, I got digital eyes. I see everything. It's my job. Yeah.
All right. So you guys take off. You hit the jump station, fast and light travel across, come out the other side, making your way. As you guys approach, you can see the star system. It's a small star with 3 planets, really tiny little solar system. And you guys know that you're landing on the closest to their sun. You guys are probably given maps, and you have all kinds of really awesome GPS computers and stuff. Since we don't have a navigator, I imagine you have a built-in one, like HAL.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that. I was wondering if I should swap my computer for a navigator, but that's fine.
Yeah, no, that's we can do a quick little hand wave, especially for a one-shot. I'm not too worried about having a full crew.
I programmed HAL to like 80s metal. Actually,
I'm going to do a quick little roll because I have computers to secretly reprogram HAL for smooth jazz. I'm sorry. It'll be easier on your circuits. It's fine.
I'm just trying to pull up because I thought I had it saved and I don't. So as you guys enter the star system, you get a distress beacon on the computer screen that tells you that there is not distress, but it probably has all kinds of like proximity alarms. You find out there's a ship coming in, closing in from the rear.
Guess who's climbing into the guns?
Hey, Jim, we got a ship. We got company.
All right. You need to do a notice roll or anything to pick them up on sensors. I also have computers if I need that for anything.
Well, I'm going to try to hit them.
Oh, cool. I was already lining them up in my sights, but I mean, if you want to talk.
Yes, you want to open up communication?
This is Captain Sam from the Lucky Lucy. Can I ask who's coming down?
I'm yelling out. See, you name it Lucky Lucy, and now you got to say stuff like this. Aren't you so happy?
Yeah. So you don't get a response. They don't answer the communication.
My God, Sam, they're already dead. We should salvage it. It's horrible. It's a travesty. You want me to shoot them?
They're flying silent.
So as you guys,
let's see if a little Van Halen will wake them up. Tight beam Van into them.
As he's doing this, just in case, I'm gonna be setting my scanners, and I'll basically do the equivalent of taking aim, just in case.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put Barry White in there instead.
This is what the smooth jazz is for, Sam. I don't do it because I enjoy it. I do it because you don't.
What I'm looking for, and I'm not finding it, but that's all right because Bobby's familiar, and I could have sworn I had the file saved, but I couldn't Google it fast enough. I was looking for the quick combat rules to speed that up because last time I didn't use it, ran a little long. So Bobby, I'll be weighing on you a little bit to refresh me.
I am Googling it because I never have it saved.
I Googled. I could have sworn I saved after we talked about it, and then you did a show about it, and I don't have it in my.
I've Googled it so often I can pull it up.
I found one. It has the Rippers logo on the bottom. I don't know if that's the one if that's the one.
I think it is because it was.
I have the PDF. Want me to drop it in the chat?
Yeah, Rippers Resurrected's on the bottom of page 2. That's the right one.
Okay, all right. So I do have it.
Yep, I got it up too.
Cool. So between all of us, I think one of us can figure it out. So they don't answer the radio call. As they approach closer,
I'm gonna say you got one, and then I'm gonna ignore you to death. I hope you're not in trouble.
They are gonna let out a shot.
Hey Jim,
all right.
Party.
All right, what is the rate of fire on this weapon?
Your rate of fire. Let's see. I'm gonna just find a vehicle-mounted weapon, and oh, we even have some lasers. Look at that! Wow.
Handy.
I don't know if I want to do that. So
Can I do evasive maneuvers to make it harder to hit us?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna launch a quick combat. Oh, excuse me. Well, actually, why don't we do a dramatic task? We'll try to do a quick dramatic task.
All right.
I'll have you pilot. Bobby can assist with some shooting. I think
some covering fire.
Yeah.
Will my aim bonus count for the first round?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, since I got the bonus, I am burning a Benny on round 1 because I got a 5, but I want better than that. All right, 5. Aim bonus is 7. All right, I got a 9, so you're sitting on, I think, +2.
Yep. Yep, I'll allow that. I'm just pulling up something for cards.
Say, Dan, do you need me to draw a card? I got decks right here.
No, that's okay. I got it coming up right now.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, there's my other notebook.
Bam. All right. No, we got a diamond. So.
All right.
All right. So you got a +2, John, and
Yep.
if you want to roll piloting, we'll see how that goes for you.
Oh, nice. That's +2 in addition to the ace. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, because I was giving you the +2. So.
Yep.
I got a 20 on this side, and a +2 from Jen is a 22.
Okay, so
we're doing some laps around this guy. This is fun.
So that's enough.
We'll do a.
All right. Well, we're gonna draw again because we can still fail on the complication, but yeah. So he's shooting, and you just quickly just shimmy out of the way. We're on a small ship. It's probably really maneuverable. And seeing as how you're a great pilot, and Jin just practically shot them out of the air. So let's move on to round 2.
I got a 5. Oh, I'm actually. Oh no, my trademark weapon's not the guns. Yeah, so I got a 5, so I'm giving you a +1.
Okay. And I drew a heart for the card. So, John, if you want to throw down a pilot, well, I mean, I guess you can't really fail unless I draw the club, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Club.
So let's we'll just pull. Let's see.
Well, no, if he snake eyes, it's still a failure.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yep. Then I would get a 3.
Okay.
Well, not just that. Remember, snake eyes are an automatic failure.
Yep.
The crit fail rule is just you can't Benny them.
Right.
And I've probably lost my my Ray-Bans somewhere in the cockpit. So I gotta reach and put my goggles on really quick. They're light adjustable. They automatically adjust so that they're polarized. And I got a 1 on the D10, but a 6 on the D6. 8 total plus 2 is 10.
All right. Yeah, so they're still shooting, but you're just juking back and forth, and they're not able to hit because we're still many successes. So for round 3, I did draw the club.
Oh.
So we'll start with Jin with the assist.
All right, and I'm assuming this is -2 because of the club.
Is the club like an field?
Yeah, I got a 10 on my D10, so let me keep this riding. All right, I rolled a 12 -2. That is a 10. So you get +2.
Still got a +2.
So you get to ignore that club. So yeah, we can call it an asteroid field, and I just shot that asteroid field away.
How big is their ship compared to ours?
I'd say they're on a medium-sized ship, so it's bigger, but not like some colossal.
Okay, the asteroids are a little distracting, so I got a total of 5 this time.
Okay, and that's with that's a flat roll because it was -2 +2.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so that's good. That's still a success. So you didn't fail. The 4th one is a spade.
I got 5. You're getting an extra +1.
Yeah. And I got a 6 total.
All right. And our last round, as long as we don't botch, we have a diamond. So we should be fine.
You know what? I'm arrogant. So I've been doing amazing at shooting, but I'm open comms and using taunt to assist instead. And I just snake eyes. And I'm arrogant, so I am holding that.
All right. Yeah, so you stopped shooting and just said something just so bad.
He's like, where's my smooth jazz?
No, it was a great insult, but I didn't hit open comms. I just said it to Sam in the cockpit.
That makes sense for a critical failure. Yeah, that's pretty critical. I like it.
I got an 8.
All right. So you guys got your success. You got I didn't stop counting after 5, but there's somewhere around 10, I think.
Yeah.
So they came in shooting. You duck and weave, and they may have hit a couple of spots, but nothing that's damaging. these ships are pretty strong because these things happen from time to time. And as you get closer to the planet's atmosphere, they break off. And roll me a notice. I guess you both can, because you both will be kind of keeping eyes on
marking on the ship or looking to try to get like a transponder reading on it.
Yeah, so that's actually what I was going to have you roll notice for, because it's something that I think people would be looking out for. Sort of like looking for the pirate flag back in the...
I got an 8. I'm really hoping I do better than the alien.
Do the cybernetically enhanced senses apply to this notice check, or just...
it works with like alertness, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I suppose so. Because even if you're looking at it on a computer screen, it's probably a matter of it just being like a, the digital version of what the camera's seeing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh my God, they both aced. My dice are like.
Oh, you guys are rolling.
9 plus 2 is 11.
Oh, great! I thought I did so great.
All right, so.
We both got the raise. We did equally good.
Yeah. So you guys both spot some numbers. It's either like a serial number, like a call sign on the back. Kind of like how commercial planes will have.
Yep.
So you get it, you see it. It's not something you would know off the top of your head because they don't really use like logos as much. It's more like military. I'm
gonna zoom in, take a pic.
Okay.
And then see if I can find anything on the computer database. I don't know if that's...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that we'd be able to... let's see. That would probably go under... I guess investigate. Oh, excuse me.
I'm going to completely pretend like I know what it is, just pulling crap out of thin air. I don't care what penalties it is, because my character also has a D4 smart, so I'm an idiot.
Nice.
Yeah, wow, actually. I just rolled an 11 on the wild die, if the roll matters.
Was that for investigate?
Just smarts, just common knowledge.
Okay. Okay.
Jesus, man. However, if it is military, I am basically a merc, which means I've worked with anybody that runs guns or anything deadly. I'm totally fine with that not going. It's just phenomenal bullshit. It's not correct.
Yeah, so Jin just guesses. Is Sammy going to actually use like technology to figure this out?
To my computer search, I don't have investigate, so it'd be unskilled, and I just blew it. So I'm going to spend a bit.
Okay,
it's worth a risk.
This will be really good if he doesn't get it right, because he's going to just sling some BS.
No, right. I ain't.
So,
space trucking.
Space trucking.
So the call sign starts with an H. So Jin convinces himself that whatever this is, it must start with an H, because that's why the call sign starts with an H. He lists off some.
Look, as you know, the 5th to 8th number is the serial number of the date of manufacturing. We know the 11th number has to do with the manufacturer's plant. We can extrapolate.
Yeah, so he just starts going about how it's all like secret coded and
kind of turn that volume down and ask Hal what he thinks.
Look, the next time I insult you, it will be on purpose. Do not mute me.
So as far as you guys know, that ship probably belonged to, we'll say, Haim Enterprises, and they own. They're luxury liners usually, so it doesn't make sense that it would be like this little, like mid-sized ship with weapons on board. But Jin is convinced that
it makes sense to me.
It would be like it would be like getting attacked by a pirate ship, and then somebody goes, "No, that's Carnival Cruise Line." I'm positive that's owned by the Carnival Cruise Line.
Do not trust the clowns on Carnival Cruise Line.
Nice.
So you guys make it out okay, and I'm assuming you just head right down to the So the first planet, you guys are picking up ore. You're gonna be landing at the mines, and I'm sure they have some sort of shipping and receiving set up because it's where else are they gonna do with it? So they probably have a landing pad. I say an airstrip, but it's probably much bigger and fancier than all that. So assuming you guys head right in, you guys fly down, land the ship. You do the open, ship, blah blah blah. Lucky Lucy coming in. They tell you a dock number. You land on it. Are you guys going to? You guys head out of the ship to go.
That number's part of the serial number. They're in on it.
I gotta send our quartermaster down to receive the cargo, and I'm gonna talk to the guys on the flight control if they've heard of any trouble in the area. We had some trouble coming in.
All right.
So I'm getting Bessie ready, lock and loaded. Got some extra battery packs on me as I get ready to head out to take this shipment. I'm gonna constantly be scanning the horizon for a ship to come back, looking for any cruise liners that are suspicious.
So Jin steps out onto the tarmac. Sammy is in the cockpit speaking with radio control. So let's deal with radio control first, because as Jin's making his way off the ship, you'd have a few minutes to communicate. So you talk to him and you ask him about any recent troubles. He's going to say, Lucky Lucy pilot, did you happen to notice the ship's serial number?
Yeah, I'm going to zip it right over to them. Take the picture. Here you go.
All right. He's going to say, no, we haven't had any.
We came up with a cruise liner on our search, and my gunner seems to think it's some kind of massive conspiracy interlinking spider webs and
that are fake plates. I mean, it could be fake plates, but what are the odds? It's a conspiracy.
The guy, no, Lucky Lucy, we don't have any space spiders around here. No spider webs. We don't have any too many troubles with space pirates out these parts. We're a little secluded. So, but we'll put them on the watch list. We keep an eye on unknown ships. They didn't pop up on our radar. They must not have got close enough. So, but we'll.
Seemed like their transponder was switched off.
Yeah, a lot of those guys, they prefer the radio silence, or they're listening in and watching. But maybe they didn't. Well, as we talked about with language, universal communicators. So maybe their communicator was down, and they just didn't know what you were saying to them. I don't know. Maybe they just don't have mouths. There's some weird aliens out here,
Yeah.
It really sounds like he knows a lot about these guys. He must be involved.
So as Jin steps off onto the tarmac,
I'd also like to note I am horrible for picking up deliveries because I have no training in persuasion and I'm mean. So
well, it's all contracted stuff. So
I know, but I'm pretty sure at this point, especially since Jin's a moron, he's gonna be just eyeing everyone like you're in on it. You're in on it.
Yeah.
Just like holding Bessie. This is a trap. I know this is a trap.
In case it looks like Jin's running into trouble, I can run down there to smooth things out.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some stuff around the ship to be able to watch all that. So as Jin steps off onto the tarmac with Betsy, the giant, I imagine like just the biggest gun imaginable.
It has a shoulder bracket that just like locks to my shoulder with like a pivot arm to help brace it.
Like straight out of Riffs. Was it the Glitter Boys?
Yeah. It's got a gun.
Which I actually just realized he's not even going to be openly like blaming everybody because I have Cork talks to my gun. So I'm going to be like muttering to Bessie how they're in on it and they're in on it. But it's okay, Bessie. I know what's going on.
All right, so I need you to roll, unless you have any knowledge skill related to alien races, I'm going to need you to roll a common knowledge as you step onto the tarmac.
I got a D4 in smarts. I got a 4.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to penalize it because, you travel a lot, so you see a lot of different races. As you step off, you recognize the alien race that's greeting you. They're the only ones that you can see. Is this one particular race? There's probably like 4 of them that come up to greet you. They're the Roke. The Roke are a militaristic race. They're known for being really mean. They're slavers. And they're just downright really nasty guys. They're really big in stature. I'm sort of imagining like that.
I will subtly flip Bessie to full auto.
How subtle? Like subtle enough for a stealth check, or like?
It's probably just like a click
Yeah,
on a little knob on Bessie. So it's just good.
No, that's good enough. Yeah. So you that's fair. And so, John, if you're monitoring, because you said you were going to be specifically keeping an eye, you probably also see this. If you want to roll common knowledge,
Sure.
unless, again, if you have a knowledge skill for aliens, see if you recognize what they are as well.
Oh, man, I knew being prejudiced against all aliens that aren't human would be bad, but man.
And I'm a pacifist. I just got 10 for common knowledge. Wow.
Oh, wow.
All right. So you know what they are, but you also know that, yes, they are slavers, but they're also known for taking slaves like everywhere they go. They not only like run slave like caravans and like they probably have like an entire slave operated mine on this planet, but they're also known for like luring in and just taking slaves everywhere they go. Yeah, they're pretty awful. They're super militaristic, rank and structure. Like essentially everyone who hits the age of like 8 is enrolled in their like military hierarchy.
What do they look like in general? Are they humanoid?
I was about to say, do they have any discerning physical features?
They're humanoid, really tall, really muscular builds. We'll say like almost like an orange tinted skin, no hair, like at all, like bald bodied, and some kind of distinguishing feature, like a forehead ridge, or maybe like some little tiny like a forehead ridge of like little tiny horns. We'll go with that.
I'm going to change my skin color to match theirs, pull my hair all the way in so it's a light stubble, and make it match my skin color so you can barely see it.
Okay.
And anticipating trouble, maybe I'll head down to assist Jin with collecting the cargo.
Sure. Are you gonna step around to the tarmac when you get there?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
As he steps out, I'm going to turn to him and kind of mutter, "Oh, great! So they don't think you're a freak, just a wuss. Good job."
So you guys both step out. And there's 4 guys from the mining company waiting to meet you, and they come over and they say, "You guys are here for the ore?
That's us.
Come with us."
We're lucky 13.
And they just turn around. They start walking. Very cold.
You heard him, Sam. Go with them. Go with the slavers.
All right. So you guys follow along. They head off into like inside a building. Looks nice. Offices and stuff.
Yep. I'll follow
Sure.
on.
Yeah, I got an itchy trigger, and I follow Sam, not them. I'll let Sam take lead.
All right. Fair enough.
There's a laser cage. He gets in it.
So you guys step inside. We'll kind of speed this up because I have a hard time getting through that first scene quickly, and then we end up running late.
And behind,
So,
yeah.
Always. We get inside. As you step through the front door, you're surrounded. There's a good amount. Big guy steps up. John, Sam would know this because he got the advanced. This guy is probably higher ranked. They use some sort of, you recognize their insignia, or enough to know that he is the man in charge in this room. He steps forward and he says, "Welcome to Planet Pavo Mines. You are now the property of the Rope. You will be working here for the remainder of your days."
I fire my weapon.
All right.
Immediately. I'm on full auto. And I just do a spray. So I go the guy next to the leader, and the guy on the other side of the leader. All right. Wild die. Ooh, exploded. All right. Wild die's an 8. One of these D10s is an 8. And I got a 4 and a 5, but I'm full auto, so let's re-roll that 4 with a Benny. So 7. All right. So with the -2 for full auto, I got 6, 6, 7.
All right.
And Bessie is on full charge.
6, 6, 7, huh? Excuse me.
All right. All right. First one is 7 damage. Second one is 9 damage. Third one I apparently opened up on because 9 is 15 damage.
Nice. All right.
Number 2 would have been the commander because I would go left of commander, right of commander. So 7, 9, 15.
All right.
I was getting perpetually more accurate.
Yeah. So you probably rushed in the beginning and slowed down as you came through, and the last one got a couple extra rounds on him.
Oh, shoot. Actually, crap.
You have
7. I get one more die. I have trademark weapon.
Okay.
So that 7 was an 8. So that 15 was actually a 20.
Oh, even better.
I don't think trademark weapon gives you a bonus to damage. I'll double check because I haven't run trademark weapon in forever.
So as you look that up, I'm also pretty close, but it might take me forever to actually find it. Here we go. +1 to fighting, shooting, or throwing.
Yeah, it's just to the attack.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was actually 7, 7, 8.
Yep.
For 7 damage, 9 damage, and 20 damage.
So the first one is hit. Little flesh wound. Just shaken. The commander takes cover. He's shaken as well. We're just going to hand wave that as not being physically hit because he could see it coming. He's battle hardened. The third guy, however, was not so lucky and is just shredded into plasma pieces. So
you said there were 5 of them in total?
No, so there was
5 plus the commander.
There was 4 on the tarmac. When you walked in, I simply said surrounded.
Sure.
So what we'll say is that there were 6 in the room. So now, because when you came in the door, there was like sort of like 2 hiding on either side of the doorway. And then they sort of just like literally had you surrounded. So we'll do 6, including the commander.
Okay.
But what I want to do now, for the sake of moving along, is we'll switch over to a quick combat.
All right.
And I'm gonna pull up my file just to make sure I don't forget anything important. And there it is. All right.
Wait, they probably outclass us, and they definitely have a tactical advantage.
How close to the landing bay are we?
You probably walked down a 50-yard tarmac, but you went in through a door, so you're indoors. So you'd have to go out the door and then back about. Yeah, I'd say about 50 yards, just because of like takeoff and landing, like blast radius. They'd have a little moving room. So they do outclass you and have the tactical advantage, but I'm just gonna give you the -2. I'm not gonna do the full -4 because you know they probably could lay waste to you. Yeah.
Then, as a free action, I'm shifting the 3-round burst and starting to plow these guys down in our montage.
I'm ducking cover. I am going to call to Hal and have him clear us a path back to the ship. And I'm going to have Zai.
Yes.
Alert him that we've got trouble and get the ship ready to get out of here.
All right.
All right. So my shooting was a Oh, sorry, John.
By clear path, I'm sorry. By clear path, I mean for Hal to like use our ship's lasers to just like firing through any doors that are in.
So I imagine the lasers being like on the Millennium Falcon, where like they sit inside like the bubble bay. But what I will allow is a secondary weapon system that Hal can take control of. Less effective, but more like he has access to like outer space smoke grenades. So they're more of deterrent systems. So what they would do in space is they would pop and they create these like dust clouds in space. But they could probably do some really cool things in the atmosphere.
Gotcha.
So what Hal's going to do is he'll launch them, and it will provide cover if you guys make it out the door, or when you guys make it out the door.
Gotcha.
You'll be running through a giant field of glitter, but
Go, Jin.
God, it's so shiny. Yeah, all right. So, again, in free action, switch the 3-round burst, and I just pop, 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 just shooting them all the way through. Before penalties, I rolled a 13, which means I got an 11 after penalties.
Nice.
I spent my last Benny. However, that's because I knew if I can get that raise, I get to describe something awesome and get a Benny.
Yes.
So I just pretty much, to sum it up, I am doing one Tropicana or orange juice pun after another as I'm taking them all down.
All right, I like it. And what would Sammy like to do for our quick combat? He can use.
I'll use the persuasion roll actually.
Yeah.
And tell them that all the noise going on in the landing bay is just the beginning. What he doesn't understand, I'm going to tell the captain or whoever's in charge that what he doesn't understand about the El Riche is that we'd rather die than be held prisoner or slave anywhere. So I've actually told our chief engineer to turn our ship into a nuclear bomb if we don't get back there in 30 seconds. And I just rolled a 6.
All right.
Maybe I'll Benny that to try to get higher.
Okay.
Just to be impressive. 7.
Not bad. Yes, that's enough. You're not harmed in the process. So here's how I see this scene, right? So you guys go in the room, you see you're surrounded. Jin immediately just sprays through the whole room and then just keeps spraying, switching modes in the middle, like just it's a flurry of gunfire. And during all of this,
the final one, I switch to single shot and get a guy in the head.
While he's just shooting everyone, everyone's running and ducking, and they're probably returning fire with much smaller guns. Sammy just stands up and he's like, "We're gonna blow you all up anyways." So, and I mean, you guys are successful. You take out some of them, and the door's open and available. So I guess I'll kind of leave it up to you. Even though you were both successful and he did get the raise, I don't think that we would have killed all 6 of them, but you would have easily stopped them from actively attacking. I'll say that. Like, the ones that are alive are probably behind cover and staying there for their own safety.
Yeah, the main thing with quick combat is you succeed at what you wanted to do, which was get out of dodge.
Right. So assuming you guys hightail it out the door and back to your ship, you're successful. You run through the glitter fields, thanks to Hal, and you're probably pursued. They probably come out the door. They're shooting at you from a distance, laying down some fire. But rolling off the back of that quick combat, you guys were able to get back to the ship's landing gear, hop inside.
Do a hard, hot takeoff.
I'm going to use a computer's roll to quickly shift smooth jazz to all external speakers. Oh my god. A 10.
What are you? No, hold on. I want you to, instead of computer, do you have taunt?
I
Would that
have
be better
taunt,
for you?
and I'm actually
Use
good
taunt.
at taunt.
Yeah,
All
use
right.
taunt because that's
Can I keep my
really-
wild die?
Sure.
All right, good, because I rolled a 5 on taunt, but my wild die was a 10.
Well, if I knew it was a 10, I would have just let you keep it anyways.
Yeah.
That's the idea of like mocking them with smooth jazz.
Oh, I was gonna flip over, then immediately become their host for tonight's soiree. Don't worry, it's the Tropicana Orange Bowl as we begin lifting.
I'm trying to think of some smooth jazz. Nothing's coming to mind.
All I can think of is was it Anchorman when he plays Aqualung, but like on the flute.
It's all Chuck Mangione.
Oh, Chuck Mangione, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
I was thinking Steely Dan.
So you guys hop in the ship, you taunt them on the way out, and you fly off planet. Yeah, so you guys probably call in dispatch, right? And let them know that there's a giant slaver trap.
Yep.
Yeah, so we couldn't pick up the shipment because we were the shipment, dickwad. So
Yes. I guess we will head back to home base.
So when you get on the phone, the dispatch answers. It's a woman you've dealt with from time to time. She's like, "Yeah, is the ship damaged though? Should I put in an accident report?"
I don't know. Let me ask.
their ship is damaged.
Hal, how you feeling? Damage report, Hal.
So okay. Well, come on back and try not to eat too much food. We don't want to reprovision you for the next trip since you didn't make any money.
Yeah, I'll really worry about that as I'm unwrapping like 3 meals at once and throw 2 on the floor.
To the computer, put an alert on this system that, and then, do what I can to make sure none of our business goes there.
Yeah, so I mean, the dispatcher's not very helpful, but they probably have some procedure higher up in the paper chain to like red flag. So yeah, you guys fly out and you're safe and you survived and you are almost enslaved, but you were not.
No, there was no almost. We kicked butt. I didn't take names because I didn't care.
Fair enough. You were not even close to being enslaved.
Is there some kind of authority I can report them to? Being a pacifist and all. Passive aggressivist.
Sam, I'm the authority on this ship. It's already been reported. We're good.
It's been reported to Betsy.
Yeah. You can send your filings to Betsy, Sam.
All right. Well, we're about 1 minute to our call time. A little less than an hour because we had a little bit of a late start, but I won't drag it out to another scene. But I think that was okay. The first scene took a little long. I'm still working on getting that first scene nailed down. By the time we finish this show, yeah. By the time we do like 100 episodes, I'll finally have it figured out on how to get it done on time. But until then, I will not. So we will talk and role play for a half hour, and then we will rush through one combat scene and call it a day. But I thought it was good. I will say that my original plan was for you guys to get enslaved and then hold a slave escape from all the other enslaved miners. You guys all banded together and overthrew them.
That wasn't going to happen. I'm sorry, Dan. That wasn't going to happen.
No, yeah.
Jin wins.
Yeah. I was going to crash land you guys, but nice. I thought this was good. You had a great pilot and a great gunner, and that's what they would have done. They would have landed the ship perfectly smoothly and then shot everyone in the face.
And run away.
Run away.
Well, that's what you should do with slavers. I'm just saying, you should run away. It's Definitely. A little cowardly,
that's right,
but
kids.
We'll
say no to slavers.
Also, kids, stop listening to this podcast. It's not appropriate. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope the listeners enjoyed it.
Yep.
Again, stop by, join the community, let us know what you think, review us, subscribe, share it with your friends, tell your grandma about our podcast, and join us in 2 weeks for episode 4. We'll be moving on to a new genre, and I haven't decided which one yet. We haven't really discussed it yet, but I had some ideas, and we'll talk about that after. I had a list somewhere. I have to dig it up again, of what I consider to be like the ultimate and the base genres for role-playing games, and we'll keep moving right through them until we run out of ideas, and then we're gonna have to bore everybody with something different.
Would be kind of cool to bring this crew back for another reprise adventure.
Yeah, we can't bore people if we have Kurt Russell Space Trucker. It's just
that's true. That's not boring at all. Yeah, so like I said in the beginning, the sci-fi setting. This was a very quick little preview of what it could be. But anybody who's interested, keep an eye on the social media. I do want to put together a one-shot, full-length, regular session. Of course, you guys on the show are welcome. I know schedules are tight, though. I have a Saturday coming up in July, I think, where I'm wide open. I may do it then. I might try to squeeze it into my busy schedule, but who knows? Anybody interested? Keep an eye out. Join us. It's going to be really fun. If I get enough people that want to do it, I can run 2 sessions maybe. I don't really see a big demand because I'm available on weekends and nobody else ever is. But
Saturday's rough.
Keep an eye out. It'll be fun. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And join us again in 2 weeks.